Good morning, students. Okay, in continuation of last video, discuss purification of colloidal solution. Last video discussed about the preparation of colloidal solution and series. Okay, here for the preparation of colloidal solution, we have two important methods. Okay, one is dispersion method and second one is aggregation method. Dispersion method includes two methods. One is mechanical disintegration and second one is Briggs arc method. Okay, and aggregation method or chemical method, it includes four methods. One is oxidation, reduction, hydrolysis, double decomposition. By using those methods, along with that, one more important method is their peptidization, the conversion of colloidal solution, the conversion of precipitate into colloidal solution we called as peptidization. The conversion of precipitate into colloidal solution by the addition of electrolytic solution we called as peptidization. Okay, in continuation, purification of colloidal solution. We need to purify the colloidal solution. Why? Because colloidal solution contains some amount of impurities. We need to remove those impurities from the colloidal solution, and we need to prepare the pure colloidal solution for the medicinal purpose. Most of the medicines, most of these syrups are colloidal solutions. We need to remove impurities from the syrups. Extra water from that syrup. So we need to purify the colloidal solution. Here we have four important methods for the purification of colloidal solutions. Four important methods are there here. One is dialysis. Second one is electrodialysis, and third one is ultrafiltration. Fourth one is electrodecantation. We don't have the electrodecantation in syllabus. Here fourth one is electrodecantation. Ultrafiltration. Third one is ultrafiltration. Second one is electrodialysis. And normal dialysis. The instrument which is used for the dialysis we call as dialyzer. The instrument which is used for the dialysis process, that we call as dialyzer. Then in continuation we'll see the dialysis. So what is the meaning of dialysis? Which principle involved in dialysis? In dialysis, diffusion principle involved. Diffusion of impurities or solvent particles from the colloidal solution into the pure water. Pure water. That principle involved. That statement involved here in dialysis. In dialysis process, we need pure water. Little bit amount of pure water, one container, and one is dialysis bag. One dialysis bag which is prepared. Which is prepared with the semi-permeable membrane. That is, there is a semi-permeable membrane. Which is prepared with semi-permeable membrane. What is the meaning of semi-permeable membrane? All the dialysis bags prepared with semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane. What is the use of semi-permeable membrane? It allows only solvent particles and little bit impurities to Okay. What is the definition of semi-permeable membrane? Okay. The membrane which allows only solvent particles. Only solvent particles we called as semi-permeable membrane. We called as semi-permeable membrane. What is the definition of semi-permeable membrane? Okay, the membrane or the layer, the material which allows only solvent particles, we call as semi-permeable membrane. This is also called parchment membrane. Okay, semi-permeable membrane also called as parchment membrane. Okay, as a parchment membrane, a protein layer. Okay, a protein layer. Animals air bladder will use these two, okay, as a semi-permeable membrane. Artificial semi-permeable membrane also is there. Potassium ferrocyanide, K4FeCl6. Okay, K4FeCl6, K3FeCl6. Okay, this one is potassium ferrocyanide. This is potassium ferricyanide. Potassium ferrocyanide and potassium ferricyanide also used as semi-permeable membrane. These two we call as synthetic semi-permeable membranes. These two are natural semi-permeable membrane. Egg protein layer, animal air bladder. Okay, some important animal. Okay, internal tissues. Okay, acts as a semi-permeable membrane. By using those semi-permeable membranes, we use the dialysis tanks. Okay, dialysis tanks. Okay, how we do the experiment? How we do the dialysis experiment? How we do the, okay, here dialysis and towards the purification of colloidal solution. Here you take the one container. This is the process of dialysis only. Here you take the one container. Okay, this completely 90% filled with the water. Okay, it is filled with water. Just it is filled with water, pure water, cold water only. It's a pure water. Okay, then you take the one dialysis bag. Okay, this is the open. This is the dialysis bag. This is prepared. This dialysis bag prepared with the semi-permeable membrane. Already we discussed that semi-permeable membrane. Okay, in dialysis bag you take the colloidal solution. In dialysis bag, okay, take the colloidal solution which has impurities or which need to be purification. This is the colloidal solution. Then you close it. Then dialysis bag close it. Okay, after the closing of this dialysis bag, just you rotate like this into the pure water. Dialysis bag rotate like this into the pure water. What happened? Okay, the impurities from the dialysis bag move towards the pure water. What is the role of this semi-permeable membrane? It allows only, okay, it removes only. Here we are close and we are rotating like this. That means we are increasing the pressure. We are increasing the pressure means only solvent particle allow into outside. Or small impurities also allow into outside. That is the role of the semi-permeable membrane. Okay, you can rotate 10 times or 15 times or 20 times. Okay, rotate like this only for 2 hours, 3 hours. Rotate like this only. After 2 hours or after 3 hours, okay, the complete solvent particles are impurities comes outside and will get here pure form of colloidal solution. Pure form of colloidal solution. This process we called as dialysis. This process we called as dialysis. Total this instrument we called as dialyzer. This instrument we called as dialyzer. And here the solvent particle diffuse from colloidal solution to pure water. That's why it is called as a diffusion process. And one more thing, it is very slow process. And it not accurate. Not accurate. That means sometimes, suppose syrup is there. If you are doing like this, some impurities may be present, some chance may be present to that in dialysis bag. Dialysis bag. This is the one important method for the purification of colloidal solution, and it is a cheap method. We need not to require any materials, just we need only parchment membrane. This is the first one, dialysis. It is slow method, it is very slow method. That's why we move into the first method. Same dialysis method under the electric process. Same dialysis method will do under the electric phenomenon or electrical effect, electrical condition. That is a fast process. Electric process in electric dialysis also some problems are there, some disadvantages are there. We see in conclusion that electrodialysis. This is about the first one, dialysis finish. Then we move into the electrodialysis. What is the meaning of electrodialysis? The diffusion of impurities or solvent particles from the dialysis bag towards the pure water under the influence of electric current. Under the influence of electric current we called as dialysis. And this dialysis process is very fast process. And this dialysis process used for only ionic colloidal solutions. Ionic colloidal solution means only used for polar colloidal solutions. It is not used for the non-polar colloidal solutions. It is not used for the non-polar colloidal solution or neutral colloidal solution. Not suitable for the neutral colloidal solution. Here also same process, but little bit different is there. We will see. You take one container. You take here one container. Arrange two electrodes. Here, arrange one electrode. I arrange one more electrode. These two are connected with the galvanometer or any meter. Which is arranged left side. This we call as anode. Anode attract the anion. Anion means negative charge. It attracts the anion means it carries positive charge. Here we mention positive charge. Right side you take cathode. Cathode attract the cation. Attract the cation means it carries negative charge. After the arrangement of electrodes, here you take the 90% of container filled with the pure water. This is about the pure water. Here you take again dialysis bag. Okay, dialysis bag filled with the impure colloidal solution. This is impure colloidal solution. Okay, this is the dialysis bag. Dialysis bag again, it is prepared with semi-permeable membrane. Okay, then you close it. Okay, then pass the electricity. If any colloidal solution has impurities like ferric hydroxide is there or ferric chloride is there. Ferric chloride or ferric chloride, anyone. Iron chloride or anyone. Ferric Fe+3 and Cl-. Okay, this is the cation. This is the ion. What is this ferric chloride? This ferric chloride present as an impurity in colloidal solution. Which impurity? This is only polar impurity. Okay, urea. For example, urea, NH2, C double bond O, NH2. It is a urea. Urea is non-polar molecule. Non-polar molecule means it is not affected by the electric current. So, this method not suitable for the purification of non-polar impurities. If any colloidal solution contain non-polar impurities, we can't use this method. It is not suitable for such type of colloidal solution towards the purification. And here, if any colloidal solution has positive impurities or negative impurities. Okay, suppose for example here this colloidal solution has positive impurity and negative impurity. Okay, when we pass the electricity through electrodes, what happens? Okay, positive charged ions, that means cations moves toward the cathode, anions moves toward the anode. Okay, anion moves toward the anode. Okay, repeat this one 2 to 3 times, then we get the 100% pure form of the colloidal solution. Along with that, we are passing electricity, then also H+ ions, OH- ions also removed from the colloidal solution as a water. Okay, this we called as electrodialysis. What is the definition of electrodialysis? Okay, what is the definition of electrodialysis? The removal of solvent particles, impurities from the colloidal solution by the influence of electric current through an electrodes, called as electric dialysis. And here, what is the importance of electrodialysis? These suitable for only polar impurities. If colloidal solution has non-polar impurities, this is not suitable. It's not suitable for the purification of non-polar impurities from the colloidal solution. This we call as electrodialysis. Then in continuation, we'll see the one more important one, ultrafiltration. Third one, ultrafiltration. So we don't have it in our syllabus, this kind of electrodecontamination. So I don't explain that one. Ultrafiltration. In continuation, we'll see the third one, ultrafiltration. Filtration means removal of waste particle from the solution, we called as filtration. Simple example, when we prepare tea, how we prepare tea? Just we take the water and milk and add some amount of tea powder, sugar. Then boil after 10 minutes or 15 minutes. After that, then we go for filtration. Okay, that means we are separating tea powder from tea. That we call as a filtration. Here also say separation of okay, impurities or solvent particles from the colloidal solution by using filter paper. We call as filtration. What is the filter paper? Botman filter paper, grade 1 is there, grade 2 is there. All those are used as a filter papers. Okay, instead of that filter paper, okay, parchment membrane also used as a filter paper. Instead of okay, those parchment membrane or semi-permeable membrane, okay, all those are used as a filter paper. Instead of that filter paper, we use the ultra filter paper. The removal of colloidal solution, the removal of solvent particles and impurities from the colloidal solution by using ultra filter paper called as ultrafiltration. Okay, here, what is the meaning of ultrafilter paper? How we prepare ultrafilter paper? Okay, first you take the paper, any paper, Botman filter paper, grade 1 or grade 2 or parchment membrane, dipped in 4% nitrocellulose, along with the alcohol or ether. Okay, then take that paper, dipped into this solution, 4% nitrocellulose, alcohol or ether. What happens? The size of the pores decreases. The size of that filter paper decreases. The size of that holes of filter paper decreases. Pores of filter paper decreases. Then it becomes as, became as ultra filter paper. By using that ultra filter paper, it will separate, remove impurities from colloidal solution. We call as ultrafiltration. How we do this ultrafiltration method? Simple. This is the simple method. Okay, here I am taking one specially designed container. And here this is the material which contain this is filter paper. Okay, here we have got some holes like this. Here these are containing small holes. Ultrafilter paper. I took ultrafilter paper only. Ultrafilter paper. Here we take impure colloidal solution. Here we take water. Okay, it is pure water. Okay, you place it impure colloidal solution above the ultrafilter paper. What happened? Okay, after 10 minutes or after 15 minutes, okay, water particles and impurities allowed to the pure water through a ultrafilter paper. It is very slow process. For increasing the speedness of filtration of this one, speedness of activity of this experiment, we are passing pressure. Here we are using pressure. How to use the pressure? Just we pass the vacuum. Okay, here we pass the vacuum. If we pass the vacuum, okay, the water and impurities easily removed from the colloidal solution. Then the fastness of this experiment increases by passing the pressure. Okay, in the using of in the process of by passing, we are increasing the pressure by passing of what we call vacuum. Passing of vacuum. Okay, by using this method, we will prepare so many medicines. This is the accurate method, perfect method. Okay, no impurities present, no water particles present in colloidal solution. This we called as ultrafiltration. Electrodialysis. Electrodecantation means it is also one type of electrodialysis, but we are passing less amount of electricity in that, and we are always rotating in that process, that we call as electrodecantation. Okay, these three methods used for the purification of colloidal solutions. What are those? One is dialysis, and second one is electrodialysis, and third one is filtration, fourth one is electrodecantation. Okay, in continuation we'll see the just I want to discuss about the properties of colloidal solutions. Just I will give properties. In next video we will discuss those properties of colloidal solutions. Colloidal solutions have important properties. These are having perfect shape. Perfect shape means shape. This may be with color property. This may be with filterability. Already we saw that one, filterability. This shows colligative properties. This may shows colligative properties, and these are heterogeneous in nature, that we call heterogeneity. And here kinetic property. Electric property. It shows electric property. Kinetic property, electric property. Along with that, optical property. Coagulation. Diffusibility. Electric property, kinetic property, optical property, diffusibility. All these are the important properties of colloidal solution. What are those? How many important properties are there? How many important properties are there? Shape, color, filterability, colligative properties, heterogeneity, kinetic property, electric property, optical property, coagulation, diffusibility, and these are having some surface area, and here concentration. Concentration of colloidal solution. We'll see in continuation these properties. Here, kinetic property is important. Example for kinetic property, Brownian movement. Example for kinetic property, Brownian movement. Electric property, electrophoresis. Electrophoresis. And optical property, Tyndall effect. Optical property, Tyndall effect. Coagulation. Coagulation is a process opposite to the peptidation. Okay, what is the meaning of peptidation? The conversion of precipitate into colloidal solution by the electrolytic addition of electrolytic solution, we call it as peptidation. Coagulation means the conversion of colloidal solution into precipitate by the addition of electrolytic solution, called as coagulation. We'll see in continuation all these 12 properties. One is shape, color, filterability, colligative properties, heterogeneity, kinetic property, optical property, electric property, then coagulation, diffusibility, surface area, concentration of colloidal solution. Those are very important properties. We'll see in continuation those properties. Thank you.